Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Timo and on my channel I talk about college, entrepreneurship, personal finance and more. And today I talk about how I got started with investing with the age of 18. I'll give you an overview about how I started and a step-by-step instruction how you can start investing mainly in stocks. And I tell you about my strategy at that time, my mistakes I made, and also how my strategy changed. So first of all, I'm not from a wealthy nor poor family. I would consider us just average. And so none of my family members is like investing heavily or entrepreneurial. So unfortunately, I had no exposure at young age into these topics. So all the thinking about it started basically when I got in touch with other students and their parents who then talked with me about their goals and how they invest. What I did then is I bought some books about investing, like The Intelligent Investor of Benjamin Graham. But to be honest, this book has like 640 pages and I never made it till the end. What I did then in the early days, I watched like investors talking on YouTube about their ideas, and the algorithm started picking up my ideas and gave me more and more recommendations. And most of these YouTubers were talking mainly about long-term investing, not trading. So they recommended buying some ETFs and like index funds. So I opened a brokerage and put in a few €100 a month in these ETFs, exchange traded funds, mainly like big broad funds, MSCI World, you name it, and saw it growing very, very slowly. I mean, you get what you buy. You invest in the S&P and you get a broad 500 companies worth index, and it grows very steadily over time, about 7 to 10% per year. And also the risk involved, basically the downside is lower if you invest in a broad index fund. This method is very common and pretty safe. If you believe that markets go up over time, you will make a bit of money, and you can dollar cost average. You can buy every month a few €100 or dollars into your account and basically don't have to watch it at all. But because of the fact I didn't have that much money and didn't grow that fast, I wanted it to grow faster. So you have to take on more risk. By the way, if you live in Austria, Germany or Switzerland, you can check out my link in the bio below. You get €15 for free if you open an account with Trade Republic. That's one of the brokers I use. I use many brokers, but that one is pretty cheap and you can get free savings plans on all ETFs. To open an account with the link in the bio, it takes like 5 minutes. So after my 1 year experience with the index funds, I wanted to have bigger returns and wanted to invest in single stocks. But with my limited experience, this experiment could probably only go wrong. And around that time, the company Snapchat did their IPO. That's the initial public offering. That's when a company first goes to the stock exchange and becomes public. So yeah, they had their IPO in summer 2017. And I was super convinced of Snapchat. I used it every single day. And I thought, yeah, this is gonna be like a big win. And I have no clue about valuations and anything. So I invested at the day the company became public the first time. And my investment increased in value. I was like, wow, this can only go up. And I hold it for a longer period of time. And then after 4 to 5 months, the stock didn't really go up anymore. It moved downwards. I was at around like minus 30%, and I sold the Snapchat because I thought, yeah, it's probably way overpriced and stuff. So I did literally the worst thing that can possibly be done, is buying high and selling low. Because if I had held the stock until today, I would have made like 3x on the money I invested. But I'm glad I did the mistake, because I did it early and I did it with comparably little money. I mean, €1,000 is still a lot, but not as much as I'm investing right now. So after this unfortunate ride, I really read some books and started analyzing companies, and then bought into some blue chip stocks like Apple, Microsoft, Nestle, you name it, and started building like a base portfolio with different sectors and the biggest companies of these sectors and the best performing companies. And due to the high order fees at that time still, I always had to invest around like minimum €1,500 per company, because otherwise the order fees were just too high. But most of the brokers today have little to zero order fees, so that's not an issue anymore. And yeah, these investments did very, very well in the last 4 to 5 years. And especially in the last 2 years, I realized, okay, I have limited money. So in order to grow my portfolio above the market average, I have to take on higher risk. And over the last 2 years, I grew my portfolio with an average of like 40%. So I'm glad that I'm well above the average of 7 to 10% a year. So what is the essence of this video? just start. It's great if you're reading books, it's great if you're researching, it's great if you start analyzing, but while you're doing it, just take a little portion of your money and already invest it maybe in an index fund, maybe in one of your favorite blue chip companies, because while you learn about the company, you also learn about yourself, how you react if one of a sudden the stock goes down like 10-20%. How do you react? Do you think, okay, it's definitely a good investment, I did my research, or do you think, okay, maybe I missed some information? And it's helpful if you do mistakes that I did, like losing 30% of the value in a few months and then selling, because in the early stages you have less money at risk and you don't want to do these mistakes when you want to retire at like 60 or 70. And just too many people analyze and the stock goes up and up and up, and they think, okay, now I definitely missed the opportunity and I can never buy in again. That's why today is always the best day to start investing, not all of your money at once, but to start it. And then if your investments go down, you can add more money into it. I now have to put in this cheesy quote of Warren Buffett: the best time to grow a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is today. And I want to remind you of the offer of Trade Republic. With the link in my bio, you get 15 euros for free if you open an account with them and do your first trade. I hope you found this video insightful. I'm planning to do more videos on personal finance because I think it's just such an interesting and important topic. Until then, please give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.